Hey, how's it going everyone? So, I had the idea to make this video when someone said that the best episode of Pokemon ever was that baseball episode from Alola. Now, I don't know why of all, 1,000 episodes, they found this to be the best, but whatever. Anyway, that got me thinking. Johto had a baseball episode. It was pretty solid, and I think it was done much better. So, today I'm going to compare the two and see which is actually better. So the episode The Double Trouble Header starts with Ash, Misty, and Brock headed on their way to Violet City, talking about how they just seen a Cyndaquil and a Totodile, but Brock was disappointed that they never saw his Chikorita. Oh look, it's a Chikorita. Convenient. A Chikorita is owned by this girl, a blue-haired girl who is just starting her adventure. The girl catches a Rattata before singing her song, which kind of becomes a staple of her character down the line.
We all love Electabuzz, no other team's the same. The players charge the field and electrify the game.
She then notices Ash and friends and runs over admiring his Pikachu. After a quick electric shock treatment that she had just asked for, she introduces herself as Casey, an avid baseball fan and a fan of the Electabuzz baseball team. Ash makes a bunch of bad remarks about the Electabuzz and Casey isn't having any of it. She challenges Ash to a battle, sporting her powerful team of a Pidgey, Rattata, and Chikorita. Ash doesn't want to battle, but he accepts anyway after Casey accuses him of knowing nothing about Pokemon. Ash sends out his Charizard, bit of a jerk move if you ask me, and wipes the floor with Casey. Ash tries to congratulate her, but she just runs away crying, feeling like a total loser. Good job, Ash. You really did it this time. After regaining her confidence, who else but Team Rocket to show up and trick Casey into thinking Ash was a cheater for breaking a made-up rule about using a Charizard against new trainers. Casey, understandably angry, rematches Ash in another battle, and this time Ash decides he's going to use Pikachu. During the battle, Team Rocket sets out one of their machines, which they use to knock Pikachu and Chikorita into the hands of Team Rocket. After the ridiculous baseball-themed motto, they fire their high-powered baseball launchers at them. It was at this point Casey realized it was Team Rocket who were the bad guys here, not Ash. She gets hit with a ball and cries out about giving up, but Ash motivates her to never give up in baseball-themed speech. After Ash was knocked onto his face, Casey steps up to plate, pun intended, and hit the balls back at Team Rocket before Ash and Casey team up together to free Pikachu and Chikorita. They pull off a double Dackle attack, Team Rocket blasts off again, and Casey and Ash part ways, waiting for the day they get to meet again and battle once they're both stronger. That's about it. Let's move on to the next episode. Pulling out the Pokemon Base Pepper. Don't worry, I don't know what that title means either. Starts with Ash and Professor Kukui watching a baseball game on TV. Here we meet the episode's special character, Olu, pro player on the Magikarp team. So, remember when Ash told Casey the Electabuzz suck and would get creamed by the Magikarp?
This season's gonna be different. This season they're gonna win the series. No way! The Electabuzz will get creamed by teams like the Magikarp and the Starmie.
The Magikarp wins with an out-of-the-park walk-off home run!
Well, what do you know? That happens here. He was right. Ash then exclaims how fun it looked and that he wanted to play. Later in class, Kukui asks if everyone saw the game. Ash then gets his professional play-by-play of the game.
He hit the ball like bam, and then he ran like da, and he slid like wee. It was so amazing.
Bruh.
Lily then says it would be fun to play Pokemon Base, which is how this episode calls baseball for whatever reason. Kukui says that that's actually the plan for today, and he brings in none other than Olu himself, along with his partner Snorlax. Also, side note, Olu learned lame Pokemon puns from Professor Oak. Nice. Later outside, Rotom introduces the team, while Kukui, Oak, and Olu judge. The kids play a round of Pokemon Base, finishing it off with a home run. Team Rocket appears and Jessie shows she has a little love for Olu. The stray ball hits Meowth in the face in a rather comical scene. Team Rocket runs into the school angrily and Jessie notices Olu. After Ash thanks them for returning the ball, Team Rocket busts out yet another baseball-themed motto. Ash asks what they wanted, and as James was about to answer, Jessie pops up that she wants Olu's autograph. After a brief argument, Olu steps in and suggests that they play a game of Pokemon Base to decide who gets the autograph, Team Rocket or Team School. Olu even joins in the game, but he plays on Team School's team. During the game, Jesse goofed around too much and James actually hit the ball, once again proving he's the only capable member of the team who can do anything. Soon after, Snorlax goes up to bat and Meowth throws his special throw, a Meowly ball, which he mastered by doing some training or something. I don't know. The ball flies directly into Snorlax's back and Marini picks it up and attacks James rather than passing the ball. The ball rolls off and Meowth chases after it. Everyone is yelling at the Snorlax to run, but it just isn't bothered. Hashtag relatable, like if this is relatable. But leave it to Alola to bust out a Z-ring and have Snorlax do a Z move, which we all should know is pulverizing Pancake. So after asserting dominance with a quick T-pose, Snorlax runs all the bases. Meowth yeets the ball towards Wobbuffet, who catches the ball, but because Snorlax's Z move is also an attack, he crushes Wobbuffet, who drops the ball, resulting in a win for Team School. As Team School celebrates, Team Rocket sits on the sidelines, disappointed in their loss. Jessie cries about missing her chance to get an autograph, but good guy Olu walks in and gives one to her anyway, just because she put up a good game. But of course, Team Rocket is unfairly treated, and Beware runs in and takes Team Rocket before she has a chance to even take it. 2 Pokemon puns later, and the episode finally ends. So that was a quick rundown of the episodes. Now let's talk about what was good in each episode and what, was not so good. The Double Trouble header was a good episode that introduced Casey, widely given the title of Best Supporting Character of Johto, true facts. Although it's hard to think of anything I didn't like about this episode, and honestly, there isn't really anything I dislike from this episode, I do think there's a bit of overusage of baseball puns. I know it's a baseball themed episode, but they should have tried to throw in as many as they could. I really tried to think of more things so this wouldn't sound overly biased, but I honestly couldn't think of anything I disliked in this. Now, some people would say that it had poor pacing and a mundane plot, as is most early episodes, but I never really felt that way. As for what I personally think, it was just a really enjoyable episode. Now this episode, on the other hand, I can't really decide how I feel on it. It was an enjoyable episode for Alola's standards, and it did provide a nice amount of laughable moments, but I did have just a few problems. First, I didn't like how they kept changing to a different art style that just didn't really fit. I understand they were just trying to make it more dramatic for entertainment, but it wasn't just for throws. They also made the creepiest face changes in the series thus far. Also, where I said the Double Trouble header was full of baseball puns, this episode is full of Pokemon puns, both from Oak and Olu, and none were funny. Whereas the baseball ones could at least bring a slight smile to your face. There are also good things about this episode, one thing being Team Rocket actually showed up. Now if you watch Sun and Moon, you know where I'm getting at. Team Rocket's never around, and even less so do they say their motto, or ever, do anything. But, they happened to, actually did something. They showed up and they said their motto, and, that made this episode good enough for me. And while the Pokemon puns weren't all that funny, there were some pretty comedic moments that managed to laugh out of me, so, it's an alright episode in the end. So there was my comparison between 2 baseball-themed episodes from the series. Now, while I think Johto was better, I can see why people would like the Alolan baseball episode more. Just personally, I think the Johto one was better. Now, just remember, at the end of the day, these are all opinions. Even if one of them is just completely and utterly wrong.